Hello, Diva Loves. This is Miss Sophia the Diva, and I am here to do a review on the last installment for this long ass season of Real Housewives of Atlanta. Babe, how many episodes was it? 24, 25? Oh my god. And then this one was an hour and a half, like the longest reunion ever. Oh my god. Like, did we really? The first hour was kind of dry. I mean, they continued on with the portion about, Nene going in on Kenya, talking about, you don't come for me and my husband. I was like, oh, you just better not say nothing about Pastor Greg, Minister Greg. And anyway, but I did want to, before we get into the review, I know y'all done seen the news headlines. It's a baby. Kenya's still on it. And Vivica Fox told her a new one. She ain't forgot about them stunts you pulled last year when y'all were filming Celebrity Apprentice, taking her phone and posting and tweeting stuff on your own, talking about 50 and hot flashes. Girl, you ain't too far from 50, Miss Kenya Moore. Boo boo. And then you got egg on your face, or we don't know at this point if it's just a publicity stunt, because first of all, it broke out that Gregory that you met on Millionaire Matchmaker. Y'all met what? Y'all filmed that back in August or something, and y'all thought y'all were a hit. And then in December, he went back to Match.com because he found out you were crazy and bipolar and needed some Lorquil. And so he ended up getting with some white woman he met on Match.com, and they met and got engaged within 3 months and got married last month. Girl, some of my friends don't always agree with what I have to say about you. I found that out. But I'm like, I hope you playing a role, because you make folk not like you at all, okay? And I felt a little sympathy for you, because Lord knows I have had it where I have had some of the dudes I was talking to and dating come to find out, wait a minute, when you get in a relationship, we found that out on Facebook. I'll tell you, social media is murdering communication. Like, people can't be upfront and direct with you. But anyways, his what Gregory, I like saying Gregory, one of the little kids I used to work with, was, matter of fact, my friend Juanita, her little girl used to wish she had a little brother named Gregory. That's how she would say, I want Gregory. I want a little brother named Gregory. Anyway, I was like, Gregory told his now wife that he had forgotten. I roll, please. He had forgotten that he had even gone on Millionaire Matchmaker. How you forget that you are on a major nationally syndicated show is beyond me. But it sounds like y'all drinking the Jim Jones Kool-Aid, both of y'all, because y'all both got played for fools. Ain't no way I'll be dealing with a man that tell me some bullshit like that. It ain't too late for you to annul the marriage, girl. It's still under 30 days, I think. Yeah, because y'all got married, what, April 17th or something like that? Yeah, girl, you can annul. You need to get out of that, because Gregory is a hot mess, okay? And Kenya, if it is true what you said, but the old girl said it was a publicity stunt, we don't know. It's Hollywood. Anything could happen. But now let's jump back into the review for Real Housewives of Atlanta Part 3. Nene settles down after confronting Kenya. Peter basically says that all of us have our own little quirks. Nene and I are alike. I think that Kenya and Phaedra kind of like, or whoever he said. I don't know why we even listen to Lupita, little Papa Smurf sometimes. Because I'm just wondering, what does he think? What are the things that come out of his mouth? Portia over there talking about she done twerked her way to happiness and she the queen of Thoughtland. I really wish she would stop calling herself a thought. Girl, do you even know what thought means? That means that hoe over there. Do you want to be a hoe over there? Really, Portia? Because I really like you. I think you're awesome. But you need to get some act right, girl. And you supposed to be a good Christian girl. You don't want to be no hoe over there. Although Phaedra did say last episode that there were holes in the Bible, so, and they got redeemed, so you in good company. So I don't know. God bless your heart. I wish you Godspeed. But anyway, so Peter came for Portia again because Portia had alluded to the fact that Peter was cheating on Cynthia, which I have said time and time again, some of us out here in LA have seen some things, and that's all I'm gonna say. Um, because he came to an event that one of my friends put on, um, with somebody other than Cynthia, in a booth together, awfully charming. Mm. Anyway, I'm not gonna put that out there because Peter probably will be like, "I'm gonna sue you for slander." By the way, did y'all see how they were posting on social media their Mother's Day brunch white party? Because I guess they wanted to keep the white party going since they all wore that church motherboard white during the review. Cynthia and Peter up there dancing like they the happiest couple on earth at Bar One in North Carolina. I guess they had to move their businesses to North Carolina since they got 24 cases in Georgia. I'm gonna go on LexisNexis and do some research. Anyway, so when the allegations of cheating came up, Peter was like, "If I'm gonna cheat on Cynthia, I'm gonna go for the big dogs. I'm gonna get me a J Lo, Beyonce, Rob, Jay Z, or something." Really, dude? Really, Papa Smurf? That's what you gonna do? Lord Hammer, bless your heart. Sound like you just a gold digger looking for a come up because you done ran all through Cynthia's retirement plan she had set aside. Probably done went into Noel's college fund. Thank God her daddy is Leon. At least he looked like he got some act right and put some money aside and put in a trust fund or something. Cause your behind just running up her credit. I bet you ain't. You probably like Kirk Frost got that power of attorney like Kirk got on Rashida and just spending up money talking about he $100,000 over budget for this dream home he building for them. Child, you need to be building a dream home. Hell, maybe you and Tony and Kalina should switch out houses since you got like 10 kids and five. What did you? No, you got 6 kids and like 3 or 4 grandkids or something. Anyway, we ain't gonna be talking about them. Love and Hip Hop coming soon because I'm 3 episodes behind, so we just gonna merge all of that together. Let's carry on. Uh Cynthia Nene. I don't know about anybody else, but I kind of was confused about what happened and what caused the decline, the deterioration of this sisterhood, this friendship. All I know is it sounds like Peter was the instigator, according to Nene, and that, he was still a little peeved by how, things were handled when Nene point blank told him in Mexico, "Stop acting like bitch." Meanwhile, Claudia has been on the sofa silent once again. She pretty much talked the first hour, partially the last hour, and in this hour she had a few things to say. Now, have you ever heard of the doctrine of unclean hands? That's when two parties are going after each other, basically. And one of them is trying to say, well, he did this, but wait a minute, you also did something too. Basically, Claudia is coming at Nene about the whole Mexico thing and about all the different reads, because Candy felt like she just read Nene. But Claudia was like, "I don't even know what that means, but my clit has left my body." Girl, that's gonna be classic. The clit has left my body. I'm sorry, that shit is hella funny to me. I'm just like, I've never. Who would think for something like that to fly out of somebody's mouth? Like, girl, your clit done left your body. You have slept around so much, your clit has left your body. I'm just like, oh Lord, that sounds painful too. But Nene, I love you. And I admire you. I've read your story. I know your story. When you first published your biography, I bought it. And I'll never forget, I was in the airport reading it because I had the hard copy. And, some girl, oh my God, I love Nene. So, Nene, you are loved by black, white, everybody. Everybody love Nene. Okay? But that was an inappropriate comment to refer to Claudia as a half-breed. As black women, we should not be trying to divide each other based on color. Now, Claudia, you have unclean hands because let's not forget in the news it was reported you were hosting a party where your friend wanted everyone to wear black and you're behind talking about, I don't know why everybody wearing black because only I and somebody else could be seen. Do you know how inappropriate that is? Like you team light skin all day long, team dark skin. Girl, really? And then Nene, how many times do you want Nene to apologize to you? She said she was sorry. But Nene is crazy. I love her because she was like, I just want to apologize to any other viewers that were offended by what I said. I am so sorry. Girl, Nene crazy. I love her though. I love the craziness. I embrace it. So anyway, moving on. Then we get to Candy and Todd. And of course, Candy. You know, I love Candy too, but lately I just have to look, I have to give her the side eye like, girl. So they were talking about, Mama Joyce's half-ass apology. Because basically, Tom was like, it was bullshit. She didn't mean it, but she did. It kind of was like, wait a minute. You talking about my mama. Wait a minute. And it's like, girl, wait a minute. Let him finish. Because he was about to say, when he was allowed to finish, that he did get a heartfelt apology from Mama Joyce, but it was only after the death of his mother. Miss Sharon. I sure hate Miss Sharon went on to glory. I really like that lady because she was no holds bar. But they said that they made their marriage stronger. I think it was in this episode that they were talking about the fact that the reason why Candy, has put on some weight and her boobs are like bigger than ever because she's taking those hormone treatments because baby Todd or baby Candy gonna be coming soon. Lord, I don't know how little Riley gonna take that because she been an only child for so long. I know how I took it. I was almost 10 years old with my little bro. I didn't do too well. I love my brother now though. He's 28. Anyway. But then the prenup came up. Well, wait a minute, let me back up. So after his mom died, bless his heart, Phaedra helped with the arrangements. Greg spoke at the funeral, had some nice words to say. Because neither one of his parents are alive. I know y'all like Greg, oh, what are we? But hey, I have aunts and uncles. Like my grandma, like my dad and them are in their 60s and 70s, and their mother is still alive. And so is one of my great aunts, and they have great grandkids, okay? So it is possible that his parents could have still been alive. So then they talked about Candy and Todd and this prenup, and of course Candy was like, whatever you need. Her whole attitude towards the prenup is basically get over it. It's done. It's not going to affect our marriage. But in some ways it probably is because, you probably hang on. If we get a divorce, you don't get any of my money. You don't get any of my money. You don't get no bedroom candy, no candy coated night. You don't get nothing. So come to find out, Candy then got her little sex drive satiated 2 days before they tape. So that might be a good thing. I really want them to work out, though, because I really like Todd and Candy. Lord, Papa Greg. Him and his headlights philosophy quote. I was like, boo-boo, you are not Plato or Socrates. Confucius say you need to go sit down and try again. Don't do that, Greg. I was lost. You need to go there in the corner portion and torque your way to figuring out what's going on. So let's see who else. Last half hour, here come Dr. Jeff. Lord, they finally finished this counseling session and Nene stormed out on because she felt like she was being attacked, which I'm still confused as to how she felt attacked because everyone was going around telling their truth and their stories, about all the things that happened to them. Because it's, I subscribe to the Freudian theory. I think that anything that happens to us and how we become as adults it happens in childhood. Some of us are some hurt people. And like I was telling somebody else, we have a mutual friend that, doesn't see the things that she does, even though people bring them to her attention, until you confront those issues from childhood, you are going to be a messed up an adult. The hurt turns to bitterness and the bitterness turns to rage and you take it out on everybody and everything, anything. You're just not a functional person. You're just angry. And I honestly believe that is what happened with Nene and even Kenya is messed up too. Nene, I know Nene's story. A lot of people probably didn't read her bio, and I gathered that from following Twitter and stuff. But Nene, I know Nene's story. A lot of people probably didn't read her bio, and I gathered that from following Twitter and stuff. But Nene, I know Nene's story. A lot of people probably didn't read her bio, and I gathered that from following Twitter and stuff. But Nene was raised by her aunt. Her and her brother was raised by an aunt in Athens, Georgia. Her mother remarried, had other kids, and chose to raise those kids and never came back for them. And Nene's mother died without them ever getting any resolve. And if you remember in the earlier episodes, in the earlier seasons, she was trying to find out who her dad was because they said the man that was her dad, that was identified as her father, was not her father. And for those of you not familiar with Southern hospitality and charm, that's common, especially in the Black community. And I know even in other communities, the white people will do it too. Like little Mary disappeared for about a year, and next thing you know, mama got another child, so she raising this child as her own. I mean, everyone has their own secrets and stuff, but that's what happened with Nene, and I think that's why Nene is the way she is. But I will say this, that something got a hold of Nene, and she holds back a lot, and she doesn't go on attack. Because I love when she just says, yes girl, I was eating off your plate, girl, I took all your food off your plate, girl, when she was talking to Cynthia. Because I guess the theory is that Nene wanted to get Cynthia kicked off of the show, so she started treating Cynthia like something you found on the bottom of the shoe. I don't know, like I said. But anyway, she started shaking, honey, and like she was just gonna have a little seizure. And I was like, oh my god, somebody help Nene. And she was like, I don't want to talk about my mom. And they had to all escort her off. Next thing you know, everybody that was left on the sofa was anti-Nene. Claudia, Kenya, and Candy. And Candy just sitting there like, what the hell? Can we just finish this damn show? Because like I said, Nene in that whole Dr. Jeff thing, I was just disturbed because I'm like, you're complaining and saying that everybody was talking about themselves, but did you feel like you should have gone first and talked about yourself as the victim and not the villain in the group? So I don't know. So anyway, when she come back after sipping on a Red Bull, I don't know. And Nene, you're not diabetic, are you? Because you said you needed something sweet. So I hope that's not the case. I know you have the blood clot issue, which I'm still mad at them for trying to laugh at you about that. Because I'm like, everybody knows Nene has a blood clot issue. So needless to say, they have resolved. Nene said in the end that we are a sisterhood. I imagine this will last for 2 episodes in the next season, and then next thing we know, they'll be fighting like cats and dogs again. Which, hey, it creates drama. And then Kenya was trying, Nene, you and I have so much in common, like with our mothers. And Nene was looking at her like, whatever. Cynthia, why'd you have to preface your statement with ex-friend? Girl, you could have been like Nene. You could have just said Nene and left it at that. By the way, I did love those Louboutins you had on. I want those. I need those in my life. Meanwhile, Demetria McKinney is still absent, and there was absolutely no mention of her. And at one point, I thought Andy might turn straight because he was fascinated with all the cleavage and boobery being exposed. So I think that's it. Candy didn't care what was happening because Kenya had to make her get up and join the sisterhood circle. Because, let's just be real. People talk about Real Housewives of Atlanta and how it's tearing apart the Black community and blah, blah, blah. We do a perfectly good job of that ourselves already. I mean, some of us won't even give each other a cup of water if we see each other on the street. I'm just saying. So there are more ways to tear up the Black community. Again, it's been an interesting season. Will Demetria McKinney return with Roger Bobb? Will Life Twirl On get syndicated or just be a webisode? Or maybe it'll just disappear into the mist like a tornado. Either way, this has been Miss Sophia the Diva. It's been all that tonight. Stay fabulous, and it is time for Scandal. Good night, Diva Loves.